Hello everyone, I'm Candace.
And I'm Camille.
And we are Curly Coily Twins. And we are just so excited to bring to you all our very first transitioning series. And for today, we will be discussing Chapter 1, which is So You Want to Go Natural.
And included in Chapter 1, we will be discussing the difference between big chopping and transitioning. And we'll also be giving you all some helpful tips on your natural hair. And we, last but not least, will be giving you all some pros and cons about transitioning your hair.
Exactly. So we're just going to start there with some basic terminology. Transitioning is the period of time in which you are growing your relaxed ends out. And so for us, I believe it took us 1.5 years to fully transition our relaxed hair to our natural hair. And it's really just going to depend on how fast or slow your hair grows. It's also going to depend on body chemistry, what you're putting into your body. It's a lot of different factors, but that's basically just transitioning, just growing out your relaxed hair.
And then big chopping is when you do have relaxed hair and you just completely chop it all off. And some naturals choose to go that route, and that's perfectly fine, but you know, our expertise lies more with transitioning our hair because that's what we've done. So that's why, you know, we're doing this series to help you all, to be an encouragement unto you.
Yes. And so we're just going to start with 4 cons of transitioning to your natural hair. And the very first con is that natural hair can be very time consuming if you let it. And you know, for us, it took a little bit of time to relearn our hair. We definitely had to make sure that we were keeping up with the maintenance of our natural hair. And so really it can be time consuming, but if you find a set time in which you are regularly doing your hair, you'll find that it's not that bad.
And another con that we have for you all is that it could be costly to go natural, and so that's just only in the beginning, so don't let that, you know, deter you from going natural. But usually you are in a period of trial and error, and so, you know, having to buy a lot of different products for your hair can in fact, you know, add those extra bills up, but in the long run, it'll be all worth it.
Right. And the third con are the naysayers. You're going to have people who take it upon themselves to have a personal opinion about your natural hair, and you're going to have some people who are just 100% supportive of your natural hair and your transitioning journey, and you're going to have some people who are not going to have anything positive to say about your natural hair. And so I think for us, that was like one of the biggest cons, is that people who did not really like natural hair or didn't like how our hair looked in our transitioning state. And so just be mindful that you can get some, you know, feedback regarding your transition.
And our last con that we have for you all is moisture. Something that is important to know is that you do have a line of demarcation between your natural hair versus your processed or, you know, relaxed hair. And so that line is extremely important to take care of, because you will want to make sure you are keeping moisture. And I know sometimes transitioning kind of gets, you know, stressful, but you do want to pay attention to that line and keep moisture in your hair.
Exactly. So next we're just going to discuss with you all 4 pros of going natural. And so our very first pro that we have is that your natural hair is going to be healthy. I mean, in the long run, you're not chemically altering the texture of your hair, and so that's going to result in healthier hair. You're going to see that you're able to retain more length. Your hair is going to get thicker, so if you are struggling with thinning hair or thinning edges, going natural just might be for you.
And another pro that we have for you is that it is cost efficient in the long run. So I know for us, when we, you know, went to get a relaxer, it cost us about $60 just to go and, you know, get that relaxer, you know, over the span of 2 to 3 months. And so being able to save that money, not going to get that relaxer and actually using that money, and not even $60 worth, but using that to go and get products, we've actually saved money because those products can last you anywhere between 3 months to 5 months.
Exactly. So the third pro that we have is that natural hair is versatile, and we are able to do so many different styles, you guys. Like, we have done flexi rod sets, we've done bantu knots, twist outs, braid outs, pretty much anything under the sun, and you realize that it actually does last you a really long time on your natural hair versus trying to do some of those styles on relaxed hair, and it just gives it a completely different effect as well. And so I think that's also what we really like about our natural hair, is that it's very versatile.
And the last but not least pro that we have for you all is those support groups that are available to you. We kind of talked about those naysayers, so really joining those support groups will definitely help you in your transition, because people post, you know, a lot of different tips for you, and you can hear some testimonials, you can see before and after pictures. It's just really great and uplifting to be a part of those groups. And you can also follow hair bloggers too, and they post a lot of different tips for you. They even post sales that are going on with products, so definitely being a part of those groups will help you.
Exactly. So we thank you guys for joining in on our chapter 1, So You Want to Go Natural. We hope that you will subscribe to our channel if you aren't already subscribed. We will be talking about the products that we use as we transition in chapter 2, and we're also going to have some product reviews as well as product demonstrations on how to go about applying the products into your hair. And so that's all that we have.
Yeah, so please just make sure, like she said, follow us on Facebook at
Curly-Coily-Twins.
We are also on Instagram at curly-coily-twins. And we are on WordPress at curly-coily-twins.wordpress.com. And we'd love to have you follow us and ask us any questions that you have.
Thank you.